I was talking in a Christian Discord server. This is me talking part of my strategy. I'm talking about how I want to achieve great things now. I'm trying to do the thetechboy.org/teen initiative. We spent $1,000, no lie, on these ads across Tomball and other student news paper agencies. We filmed an ad, we uploaded them onto Instagram, we paid them, we paid Snapchat, we paid, no, we didn't pay YouTube, we put one on there. We were going to pay Reddit, but that didn't work as well, and we're probably going to pay a movie theater later. But anyway, I digress. You're paying hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for these ads, and they are not working. They are not clicking. They are not doing anything at all. Now, meanwhile, you have these other kids who, again, I'm not mad at, who are just, posting out new videos and, getting all kinds of organic growth. In fact, there's this one Instagram account that was just made like a few days ago, like in September. It's October 1st, so maybe like a week ago, and she's already at 600 followers, which means she has lapped us not once, not twice, not thrice, but like 5-6 times. Okay, no, not 5-6 times. No, 7 times. Insane. 6 or 7 times. It's ridiculous. And the people in the Discord chat were like, well, you should just, make sure that God is your number one priority. They're just like, it's fine. You'll have time later. God doesn't care about fame or fortune, yada, yada, yada. All kinds of, Christianese around here. They're even calling the kids, they're saying that they peaked in high school, or that when they get their brand deals, if they say something wrong, then those brand deals would be over. Or, they're all fake friends, right? They all don't care about each other. They're self-centered and etc. That messaging does not work. Look, you can say all of this. You can say that they're self-centered. You can say that their brand deals are going to fall through if they say something controversial. You can say something. You can say like, oh, these followers don't matter, etc., etc. But it's not true. Look, it would be better to have a brand deal and then it to fall through later than it would be to not have a brand deal. It would be better to have something, anything, than it would be to have nothing, right? Right, that's what I'm saying here. I'm arguing from the place that I have nothing here, no terms of sway, no large follower count to speak of. I might as well be zero. So we should fight out there, and we should keep working, and we should keep trying. And they're like, oh, well, it doesn't really matter. Yes, it does matter. I want to outcompete with these kids, and you cannot just drop a whole bunch of nonsense Christianese language and be like, oh, well, God cares. Well, that's great. Okay. Oh, well, just be a faithful Christian. That's great and all. But like, there's billions of Christians who have lived and died, and no one knows who they are. That's not really, that's great for them that they're Christians and that they're going to heaven when they die, but it's not really what I would call, a success, which is why I am unleashing this new plan. And let me open up Excel here. We are at 80-something followers here. Then we're going to hit 100, and we can get more advertisement things here. And we're going to hit these core goals here, 3,000, which would catch us up to around our 10 of the week last week, Kinley. Then we're going to do 6,000, which, as you guys know, the famous person who sat on top of a car, bro, it's just daddy. And then 7,000, which would catch us up to Hazel's Truth, which has probably the most impressive growth on Instagram that I have ever seen in my life. And wow, it does make me wonder if I'm doing something wrong here. She recently celebrated 7,000 followers here, which, let me see if I can pull this up here on the screen. She is not on Teen of the Week. She's not on the spinner. But as you guys can see on the screen, impressive growth here. 7,000 followers, 73 posts, 75 following. So usually keeps the number of posts and number of following about the same. Pretty impressive here. Also, notice how she has a brand deal here. She's not going to lose her brand deal, people in the Christian Discord server, right? Anyway, 73 posts with over 7,000 followers. So let's just do 7,000 divided by 73. That's about the number it was. That's about 95 followers per post. Now, the one interesting thing here is that with 73 posts, when she started? July 11th, 2025. July 11th, 2025. And that was about 80 days ago when she hit 7,000. So when she hit 7,000, that was like Tuesday, which means in 4 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so yeah, 4 days, she has added 3,045 followers, which is 86 followers, and that's only within like 3 posts. So that is insanely good growth. And when she celebrated it, she took a screenshot, and it showed that over the past 30 days, she got 2.1 million views or impressions or whatever it is. These are the numbers that we want to hit. This is what we as a company want to achieve. We can actually make an impact. We can actually, generate revenue. We can actually pick up brand deals, but the people in the server simply do not understand the desire for greatness right now. I guess they want me to sit around and be like, oh, well, leave it in God's hands or whatever. No. We gotta get out there and work. We're not just gonna sit here and wait for an invisible force, hope and pray that, something happens and it falls into our lap or not. I'm not gonna sit around here and fail. Okay? I'm tired of failing. I'm not gonna sit around here and pray, and just sit around and wait. No, we're going to have some sort of a strategy. And our strategy will be devised by studying these top accounts like Hazel and Kinley and all these other people that have been featured on the Teen of the Week. You know how these people became featured on Teen of the Week? Because they've showed up in the feed, okay? It's not like they all applied to be Teen of the Week, which again, it is like there's some sort of bubble of something that is blocking it. It should be impossible to run ads, paying people $150, hundreds of dollars to run ads, and no one applies. 2 people have applied from the ads. Two people. And I emailed them and they never got back. So they might as well have not applied. That the cost per click is useless. And according to Hazel on her live stream, and we have no reason to not believe her, she doesn't pay for followers. She doesn't probably pay for ads or anything like that. No sponsored purchase, means all of this growth is completely organic. We are losing 700 to 1 over here, okay? At the time of when she had 7,000 followers, we had 70. So we're losing by factors unknown to man. 100 to 1 over here, people. We will not lose anymore. We are not going to sit around here and fail. Okay, now you guys in the server, you guys can sit around and be like, oh, well, it's great. And, I don't hate these people. I care about them. But I'm just going to go read some of the messages that they sent to me. I'm not going to share it on the screen out of respect for privacy or whatever. But I think this goes to show that, some people just, get... Like I posted that I was bored. It's kind of boring. Sitting out here staring at a wall, podcasting to no one. Okay, that is boring. And they're like, oh, well, there's so much to learn. Well, isn't that true? First of all, the internet is great. It's a great invention. I'm not against the internet, but when I type in something that I'm trying to interested in, like mainframe computers or how any of this stuff works, it's just like, oh, well, it's a whole bunch of advertisement content. So they said and then it's like, oh, get a book. Oh, get a book. Well, isn't that great? I'll sit here and read the book. I already read all the books in here. But anyway, do people have ambition anymore? Does anyone have ambition? Like, no one. Not a single soul. None of these people have a desire to be great. Like, do you? Let me go into the questions thing here. I'm gonna scroll up. I'm going to scroll up to where I started. Here, I'm just going to read some of the messages. Here, obviously not going to show them on the screen. And it's just like, and I forgot to write down all of this, so this just kind of sounds like a bunch of word vomit, but I have to pad for time anyway, so it's fine. Okay, let's see. Where am I? So I'm like, how do y'all make friends? And they said, start talking to people. Now, that advice sounds good on paper. It sounds good in theory. But people do not spawn out of the ground. This is not Roblox. Okay, people do not spawn. If there are no people on the street, if there are no people around here, then you cannot talk to them. Okay, people are like, oh, in my Walmart, I found 3 people. Yeah, okay, that's great. That's good for you. Amen. That's great, but not at my Walmart. Okay, they don't. I don't even know where these people are. If people was like, oh, well, if you want to find people to talk to, then just talk. Oh, he was like, oh, if you want to go to, you should set up a table in a crowded area and people will listen to your podcast or something. You didn't think that before I spent thousands of dollars on ads that people were like, that I didn't think, hey, I should go where the people are. Nah, I actually went down the street to the tumbleweed factory and went and interviewed the washing machine. What do you people think I was doing? Like, are you insane? Like, anyway. But then they talk about, that they're on the street, events and holidays. It's stores. Just make small talk. Okay? Now, again, that brings us back to the age-old question, which is you have to have an angle. You can't just go up to someone and be like, hi, unless you have a vlog in your camera. Then they'll come to you. New 100%, success rating on that method there, but no long-term success. And I need like a list of questions. You can't just go up there and say hi to someone. You probably get arrested. Who knows? Okay, I don't have time to get arrested. And they're like, oh, well, they don't have to be teens. Look, that's great and all, okay? But, teens want teen friends, okay? Mr. Whitaker is fake. He doesn't exist, okay? This is not an audio drama. This is not a movie. This is not a book. This is the real world that exists around us, okay? And in this real world that exists around us, we want, we exist by the real rules. It's like when I talk about the hyper-theoretical universe. Like, if when all these people are fantasizing about me dating someone and thinking that's a hyper-theoretical universe. Like, if you think I'm going to date someone, that means the rules in this universe don't apply. So, let's say it's just completely different. But I digress. They said you want more mature friends because, you won't make mistakes in life if you have them or anything like that. And then you can have kids meet relatives or your age or anything like that. And they said that, you need some sort of hobby. And I'm like, yes, I have one. It's called yapping into a camera where no one listens. It's a great hobby. And it's, tech and commentary. It's called writing for a website that no one reads. Great hobby again. But like, oh, no, you just need a hobby. No, you think I do this for free? You think I do this for free? I mean, I do it for free, but you think I want to do it for free? You think I just want to sit here and write articles about Samsung news for free? Now, the thing is that I have nothing to lose. Like, nothing. Literally nothing to lose. Like, if you cannot cancel me because I have no brand deal. So, it's not like you can take that away from me. There's nothing here for me to lose. Also, if you tried to cancel me, that would ironically make me more famous. So please, come at me, cancel me. Yeah, come on, guys. You have 200 transcripts. There's probably something stupid I said and did. Not really. Everything I say on here is smart. So you guys can go find something ridiculous, and I'll just defend it to no end. No matter what I said, I will defend it. Because, like, what? This is going to keep spiraling. So thank you for your service to those who seek to cancel me. Of course, if you wanted to cancel me, you'd actually have to listen to this, which means there's nothing there. It says, this doesn't matter. Comparison doesn't matter. And everyone says that. Comparison doesn't matter. It's always the people who say comparison doesn't matter who are winning. Oh, comparison. Oh, really? Comparison doesn't matter, they say. Oh, well. If person A over here is making money and having brand deals and has friends, and person B over here doesn't, then I would think that a comparison does matter. Actually, comparison doesn't matter. It's all these nonsense Christianese language that I'm hearing from people that just seems like a bunch of cope. That's what it seems like. It seems like cope. I'm not going to apologize for calling you out on this. It's cope. We all know it's cope. It's cope. It's supposed to make you feel better, and it's supposed to make you feel good. But no, this is reality. We exist in the real world. This isn't a fictional church service. We're not going to sit around here and be like, oh well, at least I'm Christian, and I stare at a wall, but that's great. No, I aspire for better. I aspire for more, and nothing is going to stop me. Nothing is going to stop me from trying to at least achieve this. I know reality will probably stop me from achieving it, but nothing's going to stop me from trying to achieve greatness. And I says, it literally does. Comparison does matter. These people have brand deals. They make money. And they says, oh, well, money comes and goes. Does brand deals one wrong move or they lose it? Yes. Yes. Okay. Again, I don't need to reiterate this, but I will. It is better to make money. Oh, the camera's flipped. Make money than not, because I guess you got canceled. Get canceled and then not. At least you still have money. That is the point. That is the literal point. It would be better to make a brand deal and then get fired than it would be to not make a brand deal. It says it doesn't matter. Money will never buy you respect. Will never buy you loyalty or love. That's great. Again, but money will buy you ice cream or cell phone minutes. So, it kind of seems like it's going to buy you some things that you want. Okay? I'm not trying to buy love over here. Okay? This isn't a Hallmark movie. It says, I'm barely my own person. It says, no one respects me or knows who I am. That's what I said. And they said, so? What do you mean, so? Oh, isn't that great? Isn't that great? Just so, oh, well, I'm essentially useless. Oh, so what? Okay, bro. Well, if you people are okay with that, if you're okay with being essentially useless, that's fine. That's fine. But I will not sit here and be useless. And it says, so I don't have money. And he says, don't care. Like, I don't want to be broke. No one does. And it says, these people don't respect you. They want anything. Well, obviously, they don't respect me because they don't know who I am. Like, if they knew who I was, that would be great. But in order for me to get into this club, I would have to, actually become a member of the club. Not just going to any riffraff from off the street come in here. Okay? That's not how this works. That's not how the real world works. And it says that you will be lied to, cheated, and manipulated, all for that money in your bank. Well, isn't that cool? So I've also already been lied to, cheated, and manipulated. So, at least I would have money and be lied to, cheated, and manipulated. That's not... Again, these arguments are kind of weak. Sorry, I also said I can handle this. It said, brothers, I've been broke all my life. Every single and successful wealthy person I've met struggled for a long time before they found their success. And that's great. But we don't need to sit here and be like, success doesn't matter. That's not the thing that we need to play. And it says, what matters more, having millions in the bank or God? And they all know the answer to the question is obviously God, right? That's always the answer to the question. But, we have to think practically. We need to think pragmatically. And he says it's nonsense. He said that this rant was nonsense. Okay, fine. Be broke. That's fine. Be happy about being broke. Amen. Let's go, kids. And they said that this matters more than money or fame, which, yeah, true. Okay, it's great. It's in a song. And I said that I believe Christianity can be weaponized for gain in both good or bad ways, and that these kids figured it out. And then he went on some other tangent, something about something else like this. They said, being cool is irrelevant. Oh, really? It is, huh? It is. Look, what is or isn't irrelevant, what is or isn't fake, that's not, what matters. And they keep citing famous Christians who said they didn't care about money or fame, which is really funny when you cite famous people that you know who they are. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, faith, it's great and amazing. But, I'm fine with and staring at the wall, talking to one person. That's not who I am. I like winning. Winning is great. And once again, I saw this other kid. I'm doing my research routine of the week. Kid, 4 posts, 10,000 followers, had a verse in her bio, Corinthians 13:13. Yes, just the book of Corinthians. I refuse to be outcompeted by someone who probably doesn't know what testament that they are in. I refuse to be outcompeted by someone who doesn't know what book of the Bible they're in, and I refuse to be competed by someone who doesn't know what verse that is. Obviously, they don't know what verse it is because Corinthians 13:13 is not a verse because there is no book of Corinthians. It's the book of 1 Corinthians or 2 Corinthians. Most likely 1 Corinthians. I'm not going to stand here or sit here or whatever and be outcompeted by someone who doesn't know what book, what chapter, what verse, what testament that they are in. That's not what we stand here for at this company. All right, now let's turn over to our tech reaction.